Hey, yo, people, welcome back to another watch along, and this is, of course, the first watch along since we have reached 600 subscribers, I believe. So, be up to every single one of you guys. Yeah, massive thanks about that. And we are here for Chelsea against Man United. Of course, game that's very close to my heart. Um, my best friend who really got me almost into football is a United supporter, so luckily I didn't start supporting them. Because, oh, what a rubbish club they are, hey? What a rubbish club they are. But yet to talk about more about this rubbish club, and mine is the one, the only, Kyle from Football Overseas. How are you, Kyle?
I'm good.
You're good? Be
How are
happy
you
yourself.
doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for joining.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, we've
it is
got
a derby for rubbish.
Al Sakiko. Al Medical, as they say, or Al Classico without the E. Um, but
Nah,
yeah, but before
it's
we
just garbage
do,
bus.
garbage, this is
Yeah.
trash. Same thing. One's just worse than the other. But before we do get into all of this, of course, we had something terrible happen today. And that was, let me just get it up, post. Um, um, the sad death of Luke Fluyers. I think is how you pronounce his surname. Fluyers. I'm
Yes,
not
you
sure.
look yes, yeah, you said it right. Right.
Of course, Kaiser Chiefs player was shot and killed in a hijacking attempt in um, Johannesburg. Absolutely sad that this has happened. Um, yeah, during a hacking incident last night in Johannesburg. Yeah, I don't know much about him. I just know he was a rising player. Some fans have told me it was just he was coming through the ranks. Um, of course, only 24 years old. But comparing to my to to myself, um, he died just a month after his birthday, which is horrible. But comparing to myself, he's what now 24. Um, 7 year gap. It's not that much. So yeah. Uh, um, yeah. So thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his friends, his teammates. Of course, the police are currently handling this matter. So yeah, may his soul rest in peace. And then we will have um, a moment of silence, just for him quickly. So um, just a moment of silence. Of course, not many knew him, but just the just what happened, the circumstances. Let's just have a moment of silence. And that's that. Yeah. Awful, terrible, terrible, definitely terrible. What's happened, and all I can say is I hope his family and his friends, everyone, find strength in the Lord, um, to to help him get to help them and guide them through this difficult period. Um, so yeah, let me just mute the TV 1 second, people. Okay, so yeah, let rest in peace, Luke Flores. Um, but let's get, of course, onto the game that we are going to do a watch along to. And it is Chelsea against Manchester United. Um, I haven't seen the lineup. I'm seeing it right now for the first time, and I believe it's. I want to say it's an unchanged lineup from for us. Um, so let me just get there. Um, just want to get the Burnley game up because I believe it's the same lineup. Um, let me just quickly make sure because it's really similar. Yeah, it is the exact same lineup that played that Burnley game. So interesting that it's gone with the same lineup. I don't think there's much he could have changed. Maybe Madueke put Mudryk in 10, Madueke on the left, but that that's something for a different time. So exact same lineup. Let's come to United. Um, Kyle, run me through your lineup.
Yeah. So starting with we have Portland. It's the same. He started the last game as well. And you have
Okay.
Bruno Fernandes, Garnancho. They still remain in the position as last time. But Garnancho is playing left wing. Last time he was playing right wing. Of course, I can see that Rashford was dropped for this game, but he's in the bench though.
Mhm.
Then Scott McTominay was also dropped. You see Casemiro playing in his place.
That is a good sign. That is a good sign. Of course, we
Yeah,
did see um, Mainoo very isolated, and McTominay dropped an absolute stinker um,
yeah.
against
Also,
them.
also Lindelof is also dropped,
Right.
and
Um,
Maguire replaces him.
oh,
Lindelof
Maguire.
will not also play. Yeah,
Okay.
Lindelof will not play in the match as well because he's not also on the bench. I think those rumors that Viran will miss out the game because of the concoction.
Yeah, they were that thing that he pulled himself out due to concussion. So yeah, I don't know what happened to that. But yeah, well, I think maybe
Uh,
he's told him, well, play this game. See what happens. I
uh,
think it's good for you guys that um, Casemiro is starting, Bruno. But I'm glad Anthony's starting. I'm really glad about that. Um,
yeah, me too.
uh,
I'm also worried about Anthony starting.
in my opinion, Ten Hag has shown his card with the team selection will be looking to counter with the front four. Mm, I think he's shown his hands. He's shown his cards because he's playing Mainoo and Casemiro. I don't think the front four because the front four doesn't have speed except Garnacho. I don't know if Wayland is fast. Maybe has speed. apparently yes. I don't know.
Garnacho is also Garnacho is also fast.
Yeah, but it's Woyland. I think he's the only fast guy between those four.
Yeah, but I feel like you're underestimating Garnacho in terms of getting also those penalties.
He can get penalties, but penalties mean nothing. Mean nothing really. Um, can get up, but he's the only one who's going to support him because I think he's on Gusto's side. He's got a long day. He's got a long day, so yeah. But be up saying, I do have your game up right now. Be up yourself. Um, yeah, we'll get into score predictions, but first, I wanna see um, if there's any quotes from uh, Mauricio Pochettino or anything like that. But I'm glad to see Mudryk start again. I just wish it was in the 10. Like I said, I prefer the 4-3-3. You've got Casado and Gallagher, and then you've got your front three. Anyway, shape or form you want to play it, you can play.
Also,
Uh,
also, also realize something.
yeah, go on.
Mourinho is the only manager to have coached both Chelsea and Man United.
And who did he win the Premier League with? Who did he end their winning run?
No, I'm just saying as statistic either way.
Yeah, mm, well, it might be Thomas Tuchel to be a bit more. Maybe the second one to coach both teams. We'll see what it is after.
No. But he was about to win it with Man United though.
Who? Moreno didn't come close to one. How far was he behind? It was far behind. Jose. It was far behind in that Premier League when he came second. I think it was like 10 points off. Came second, but it was a fluke second, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
but with that squad, it is a good achievement. The squad, the mentality.
well, your mentality is still the problem, and it's still going on about the squad. So I don't know what has changed, and it's been gone for how many years? 8 years? 6 years? Just saying.
Yeah, it's more of the squad and also the owners. There's also
16, 17, yeah. Oh, that squad. That squad. But yeah. Let me bring up. Let me see Premier League. Stop sharing this quickly. Let me see. 16, 17 season, eh?
yeah,
Um,
we second,
no, it wasn't 16, 17.
just 18.
17, 18, yeah, 17, 18. You were 19 points behind them. 19 points, eh? 19 points. Sheffield United coming close against Liverpool to score. I don't know the Liverpool lineup. Saying if you was your Liverpool fan, I see Diaz, Gravenberch, Nunes, Salah. Yeah, 19 points clear. It's madness. Um, yeah. But let's talk a bit about your season. What have you made of it all, Carl?
Of course, my club has had a mix of bad and good results. And of course, the football that we're playing, I'm not comfortable with watching it. Yeah, I feel like the defense in the start of the season, the defense has been leaky, but it is improving as we end the season. I still feel like the midfield is a problem. Like
Okay.
when the opponent has the ball, how quickly
But
the transition from the half to our half.
yeah, but I would say that's more manager, more the manager issue because he's kept on playing McTominay in there. Um, uh, you've got Casemiro. What else do you have? Let's see. You've got Casemiro. You've got well, Ericsson. No. Well, yeah, you've got Casemiro there, and he was dropped for a few games. I know that. So yeah. But do you think the football you're playing is down to the manager or the players?
I feel like it's a mixture of both.
Okay.
I feel like the players that we have, they're not the mentality. They don't have a winning mentality.
But my question to you is, you've been saying that for how many years now?
It has been there since Alex Ferguson left the club.
I think before, because I think it, I didn't watch that season, but I think I was very lucky to win that last league title. It did. I didn't watch at that time. Just give me my thoughts, but on that, I think for me, from an outsider, I think it is a mix of both because we have seen the players they can they like we saw in that Liverpool game that they if they just put in some effort they can win a game of football. They can play some decent football. Um,
I
and
don't
I
think
don't
we
think you've
can
seen
call
enough of
the
the players just being athletes first and
I don't
foremost.
think you
And
can call the Liverpool game decent football. It was messy football.
uh, true, but I think the Liverpool game we saw them keep almost just run a bit more than usual, not just play some dead football like we saw against Brentford. Um, so yeah, and then we've got, and then I think Tenag has been absolutely horrible with some of his decisions he's made, and tactically awful. Um, yeah, it's just been awful, really. So yeah, but Tenag over Poch. Hmm. It's a difficult one for me. I don't think so. I don't think so. If I'm being honest. Um, so yeah. Uh, but also, um, well, yeah. Um, Chelsea, our season. It's been well. It started off decent, I would say, up until that Newcastle game. That Newcastle game is for me where it switched. I think that just broke everyone. The players, the manager, um, and I also think that Poch has become a yes man, because he's just spitting everything the owners have said. Um, he's also been very so stubborn with his of the of his formation, not really changing it up, using the same personnel. Well, not gonna credit say anything, but because we haven't. Personally, yes, Hughes has been the most available. Going to sit there, but like sometimes playing a four centre backs, playing Bencho at left wing, just just madness. I think um, that's the main problem. But yeah, I also don't think the squad fits um, fits Poch because he wants runners, and if you look at the likes of Caicedo, Enzo, they're not really runners. They're more teams that come out of a possession based team and want to want to just control the tempo. We've seen from Poch, he doesn't want to do that. Just wants to go blow for blow against each team. We've seen it against Leicester. We've seen it against Burnley. So um, yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. I don't know, Kyle, you've got any question?
No.
You don't have any question to me? Ah, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. Um, yeah, Poch has not won anything in England, but maybe he will. Maybe once has the FA Cup, who knows? Fingers crossed he does. Um, does one as the Premier League. Let me just see any quotes. Mm, any quotes from Poch? Latino Poch? No quotes. Interesting.
I think you can say that Poch has been unlucky at winning the major trophies in England.
But well, Tenag hasn't won a major trophy as well. So
Oh,
Tenag hasn't won a major trophy as well, and he's been 2 seasons. Um,
no, but remember, Poch has been in England longer than Tenaga has been.
um, but that was Tottenham, not Chelsea. Comparing some in Chelsea, and if we're comparing him to Tenag, we have to compare him to Chelsea one. But yeah, I don't think if Tenag stays that long, Poch did at Tottenham, he will do anything better than he is right now. So um, but what else is there really? To get some questions in about both teams. Um, Carl, why do you think Tenak dropped Rashford um, and Lindelof?
I feel like Maguire is better fit for playing Chelsea's attacking and to handle the
No,
attacks.
not oh, Maguire started. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, Maguire. Yeah, continue. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
thinking of right. Sorry, continue.
Also, if you have noticed that Rashford has been having inconsistent performances lately.
But who hasn't been inconsistent for United?
And who?
Who hasn't been inconsistent for United?
Yeah. You mean Anthony?
Who hasn't been inconsistent for Man United? Who hasn't been? Saying Rashford is inconsistent. Who hasn't been inconsistent?
Yeah, he hasn't been like consistent. Like
But
he's not living up to.
who has been out of the whole Man United squad? Who has been?
Okay, none of these players have been consistent. Let's be honest. But Rashford hasn't contributed to the game more often as we'll have wanted. Eh,
Mm, true. Uh, true. Nobody has really been, but yeah. Also, a question I got. If Tenag is replaced, would you want if you First, do you want Ten Hag sacked? Do you think it's time to move on, or what?
I don't believe it's time to move on because, let's be honest, in Ten Hag's second season at Man United, he had to deal with a lot of issues. With the genuine issue, first of all, and also with this takeover
What
uncertainty.
issue?
Yeah.
What was the first issue you said?
Okay, like when Greenwood was declared that he was not guilty, right?
You guys said that about Ronaldo.
No,
So
I didn't say Ronaldo. I said
shouldn't
Greenwood.
that be a sign? Shouldn't that be a sign that he throws his players under the bus?
No, to, to,
Why
to
not?
be honest,
Because
to be honest,
Greenwood starts for you guys now. Irrespective of his court case, I know that bad line, but he still starts for you guys.
for then Greenwood or Anthony,
Hmm? Greenwood. I'm talking about Greenwood.
I believe Greenwood, as personally, I believe Greenwood should be starting for us over Anthony right now.
Yeah. So,
And that's my
well,
personal opinion.
that okay. Continue the Greenwood issue you guys said it about.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
like remember, it was this season that he was declared that he was innocent, right?
yeah.
So of course the NAG had to deal with like the squad reaction to that, and the squad didn't want him to come back.
Mm. Okay.
Also,
I still think that's
also,
not. Yeah.
also he had to deal with the Sancho situation as well.
That's another player. He's thrown under the bus.
No, so Sancho, it is his own ability. Sancho, it is his own fault. To be honest, if Sancho
I say
was
it's own
performing
fault.
well, if Sancho was performing well in training, he'll have been selected
But
in the team.
Sancho didn't get a chance though. How many games did
Yes, yes.
Sancho play? Let's check. I don't think he started more than 20 games. No chance he started more than 20 games for you guys. No chance. Let me check. I don't think he started more than 20 games for you guys, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but
Man, what? Um, he started 3 Premier League games this season for you guys. Um, if I view it in full. Um,
he started there.
3 this season. Um, Racing wasn't in the squad. Let's see if we can change the season. 23.
Yeah, he started the past 3 games until the Arsenal game.
And the previous season. Yeah, but I'm want to look at the.
And remember, previous season he was sent to, was it to Netherlands because
Yeah.
he was feeling depressed.
But how many games did he start the season? That season 1, 2,
26.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well,
He started at 21.
the Racing came off the bench.
No,
Yeah, the Racing came off the bench.
he started 21 in the pitch
He
and then
started 21
substituted.
games in the previous
Yeah,
season. So he started 24 games in the entire time
no,
and
21.
substituted in 5 games. So 29 games in 2 seasons. Was it 3 seasons or 2? No, I
Yeah,
think it
but
was 3. 3.
at least last season he started more games though.
So, and at 10 og, it's 29 games. When the Liverpool, who scored? We'll find out soon. So,
It was
in two
Nunes.
seasons' time,
No,
Nunes.
no,
That's good work. He's in my FPL challenge, so I'll take that anytime. What is private? No, that's mad. Okay. Um. Okay. So yeah, that's. Actually, who got an assist? Okay. I don't know. So yeah, yeah, that's. But that's 3 players. I think it's thrown on the bus, really, if I'm being honest. So yeah, but continue. Sancho, Anthony, issues. Say the
no,
same
but
about Ronaldo.
no, Sancho cannot say that he threw under the bus.
He literally came out in the interview saying that, saying Sancho doesn't train, doesn't do this, he doesn't do that.
Yeah, he's speaking the truth either way.
How do you know that? Are you
Okay,
at Carrington every day, seeing
okay.
him?
Will you want your manager to be speaking the truth to you or to lie to you every time?
I don't want him to speak the truth in public about my players. Sort it out in the background. That's sort it out in the background.
But how do you know that he didn't try that before? Saying
Because if he said that before, then if he said that before, why do it in public? You said it already, so
yeah,
not like saying it
no,
in
but what
public
if
will help anything.
no, but what if the player isn't listening to you in private?
Then what? It wouldn't listen to the fans or anything.
Yeah, but you saying it in public is you shaming him, and he'll most likely change.
Hmm. No. So if I so let's say I'm your boss, right? I speak to you privately about saying you need to work hard at this and that, work on this. I give you a week or two, you don't, and then I do it in front of all your all your colleagues. So yeah, but okay. Other than the issues and those stuff, what else?
Okay, there's also been injury issues as well.
But who hasn't struggled with injuries?
No, injury issues, I don't think you can say injury issues is because of medicals department as well.
Okay, but what team hasn't had injuries?
And also, maybe you can say he's also is training as well, might be adding to the injuries.
But what team hasn't had injuries this season? That's my question to you.
What team has what?
What team hasn't had injuries?
There's no other team that don't have that much interest injuries.
Yeah. So I think it's a bit of an excuse. But okay, continue injuries.
Okay. Also, you can say some matches his tactics here has been an issue, like bringing on substitutions a little bit late, not changing up the team sheets, favoring players like Attorney, who shouldn't be starting, despite being underperforming.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's fair, but yeah. Let's see. Maybe if you lose this game, it will turn your. Let's see. But okay. Um. So, what do you think? Um. I know you need to hop off now soon. Um.
I think I'll just stay for the first half.
Uh, yeah, I will also only be on for the first half. Manny will take over for the second. So, if you do need, you can opt off if you do need to. I wouldn't mind. But yeah. Um. But yeah. I don't think there's really anything else. I think we'll come now onto Chelsea. Um. hmm, Been been interesting about Chelsea. Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's been a bit of a madness, really, with him. Um. With us, Chelsea, Pochettino. I just think he's made some poor decisions, and the board hasn't helped him as well. System. Um. So yeah. Let's go through some quotes from Mauricio Pochettino. Um. He says on his fourth post says intellect in the same starting 11 as the 2-2 draw against Burnley. To repeat it, starting 11 is good. Yeah, maybe. Mm. I see, I see a bit where he's coming from. Where is he? Mauricio Pochettino on struggles of consistency. Bit of consistency for us in the season has been impossible, but the main thing is to be aggressive, consistent during the game to get the right balance with and without the ball. Um, it's just waffling there because he doesn't want to have the ball. He wants to go um, punch for punch, really. Um, Mauricio Pochettino and his hopes for tonight's match. Today is a great opportunity to show in front of our fans our motivation and the right attitude. We deserve to win this game. It's about getting consistency. Stamford Bridge, absolutely, it's getting the consistency. It was in doubt, but in the last few days, Gusto has improved a lot, and now he is fit. Mauricio Pochettino on selecting the same players. It's good to have the same starting 11 and to repeat it to give confidence and trust in them to see if there's capacity to repeat the team we can improve with our performances. Hmm, yeah, maybe. What? No, I want to see. Do you have quotes there from Tanag? Mm. Carl, I, let me see if I can get some codes
Yeah.
from Tenag. Do you have codes there from Tenag?
Any coach from Ten Hag?
Yeah, Tenag that is come out to said pre-game.
Okay, let me look for one. Yeah, I think there's this Shilesha. You see, we need to be fit in and we need to be fit and this league with the standard you need to be fit, otherwise you can't reach the standard that you need to compete.
We need to be fit in. We need to be fit in this league with the standard you need. You need to be fit. If you cannot reach the standards, you need to complete. Interesting. Interesting. It did come out and say that. Where is this? Ten on mount, not ready for start. We will bring him in on carefully. We want to avoid another injury. Let me check. Not a plug if he said anything. Here we go. Tenog. Oh, apologies there. It's a bit. Not a plug. Tenog on qualifying for the UCL. If you want to qualify for the Champions League, this is a huge opportunity.
I know. Are you there? I know.
Okay. Um, Tenag asked why Marcus Rashford is benched for rotation to keep him and the team fresh through a busy period of another big game on Saturday. Okay, on Sunday. Okay, interesting. Um, United District. So seems like Diego Dallo is going to come in from the. He's playing left back. Interesting. There, I remember Saka has been playing crosses from the right warm up. This suggests he's starting at right back. Here we go. For Anthony as a starter, it is a very good opportunity for him to show that he's fighting his way back. We're happy with his performances when he's coming in, and now he has to show it from the start. Tenag, Tenag, you see how important subs should be. Lately, we have it with Anthony, of Diallo, and on Saturday with Mason Mount coming from the bench and having an impact. And that is what we expect from today as well. Do you think that's? Oh, I think. Oh, it's changing devices. I think that might also be the reason it's gone for McTominay on the bench, bring an impact in quotation marks. Big up yourself, Simon. But yeah, I don't know if you were doing watch wrong or not. So yeah, if you are, people go over there, go smash the like, and yeah, 10 out on Maguire and Varane. It would have been a headache if they wouldn't have been fit. We have a lack of fit defenders, so it's a relief they are able and fit. Johnny Evans didn't train a lot, but the others did. Okay. Yeah, just give me 1 sec, people. Okay, so yeah, you are track that. So. Okay, how um the big question: score prediction.
2-1 Chelsea.
To one Chelsea. Interesting. I've gone the complete opposite, where I think it will be a demolition. Um,
Oh,
3-1.
Man United. Man United.
3-1 to Manchester United.
Why are you predicting a demolition?
Because you guys rarely have two bad games. So, yeah. And you're going to have to respond. So, and I take this as the best opportunity. 4-0. Nah, 4-0's mad. That's mad.
Oh, the match hasn't started yet.
Yeah, the players are just coming out. Man.
Oh, I thought it has started.
Just turn off your sound, or it might get copyright. Sure, 3-1 is also bad.
Panico.
Yeah. You seeing the Chelsea lineups?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we.
But which website do you usually use to watch?
I'm watching now on the telly. Super Sport.
Oh,
Yeah, seeing the Man United lineup come up now. First, you've got Onana in goal, Diego Dallo. Onana in goal first. To probably busy. Got Dallo, Maguire, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka.
and last time we faced you, we beat you 4-0, right?
No, 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, at Old Trafford. At the bridge,
Oh,
1-1. 4-0. You're thinking of first game of the season, I believe, under Lampard. I think that's the second season Lampard had.
oh,
Kobbie Mainoo
yeah. I'm
starting
seeing the
along.
Chelsea lineup.
You're seeing there?
The Chelsea lineup.
Jeez, you're behind.
Hmm? Yeah, it's because of the Wi-Fi speed here.
That's right. Okay. Um, if there's anything big happening, like a goal, I won't mention it. So yeah, but and that's kicked off on my end. First half has kicked off.
Yeah, let me try to place.
It's fine. You can keep on that one. Anthony on the ball after Casemiro won it. Wan-Bissaka right back. Oh, cut back. Anthony shot blocked. Early chance to United now. Chelsea on the counter. Ball played over the top. Maguire headers it down. Cucurella plays it to Gusto. To Palmer. Links up. Gallagher. Oh, Gallagher, man. Tried to play that intricate pass through to United players. So end-to-end early on.
But Chelsea was about to score.
Almost. Well, not really. On the counter, Gallagher tried to play through the defenders but didn't.
Oh,
And Petrovic just keeps that ball in from United attack. Garnancho shot blocked.
yeah, it's now working. Oh, what minute are you on?
You're 2 minutes behind me.
I'm on the 32nd, I think.
Modric now, Cucurella. You'll see you guys go on a break and then we play counter. Sassy. Nice ball into Jackson who can't control it. United winning back. Gallagher pressing. Deonano just boots it upfield. Hoyland doesn't want that battle with Badashile. Petrovic now boots it upfield. Modric, oh, free kick. And we have maybe scored a goal. Who knows? I won't spoil it for you, Carl, but just know something has happened. Oh, oh, Onana, 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 Onana. Awful from him there. Chelsea have taken the lead through Conar, Gallagher. Onana should have done better, much better. There. Gallagher puts us 1-0 up 3 minutes into this game.
Oh, yeah. So you're at the 3rd minute, right?
Approaching the 5th minute now. 5th now.
Oh, I'm in the 3rd minute.
You'll see it in probably a minute.
What is Onana doing there?
Doesn't see the ball, but he has to get a stronger hand to that because that's right at him.
But also the defense there.
Defense are closing him down. Yeah, true.
No, the defense should have closed him down. Tighter.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have
Yeah.
given him that much space to be comfortable to shoot.
Hmm. Let's quickly go in sync. When it's 6 minutes, you just tell me on your end.
Oh, but even Nana should have saved that better.
I think could have done better.
Yeah,
Uh,
Nana and also the defense could have done better.
hmm. Just tell me when you reach 6 home.
Okay.
Uh, I, I'm just glad we won up.
Why are we passing towards the back?
What time are you on now?
The 5th minute.
5th minute. Okay.
Yeah, the passes we're playing are negative passes.
Hmm. You're on the 5th minute now. On the
Yeah, I'm on
6th minute.
14. Yeah, 6 minutes now.
Okay, you see, Varane got the ball now. Pass to
Oh, we
Maguire.
still have the ball.
Yeah, Varane, Maguire. Back to Varane. Played over the top. Hit it down. Anthony. Fernandes. Good block. And it goes out for a corner. Bruno plays the ball all the way to Garnancho,
Yeah,
who heads it down. Gusto tries to intercept, but is dispossessed.
by
Played
Man
across,
United.
and it's as it clears. 3 people watching, do smash that like button and subscribe button. Anthony cuts in as a shot, but Petrovic claims it easily.
Yeah, should he have not passed though?
Well, they can't take him on, that's for sure, because he's only got 1 foot.
No, but I'm saying it was better for him to pass it though.
True. Modric has a shot, and it's not far away, and it got a deflection, so it's a corner. It's not for off.
Imagine if that went in as an own goal.
I would have laughed it. Can we score? Corner. To make it 2-0. Come on. Asasi. Badashile. Two guys really, nobody else. Ball ups in, cleared away, good work by Casemiro. Oh, Garnancho. What's he
It was
doing there?
Garnacho, I
Comes
think.
at him. And
It was Garnacho, it wasn't Casemiro.
help yourself, just friend. That reminds me of the stream. Help yourself. Yeah, man. I thought, why not? It's that's earlier for me. Of course, I won't be on for the full game, unfortunately. Um, yeah. Anthony plays it back to Maguire. Onana. Ran looking for a pass. Nobody really making a run. We see there Diego Dallo almost inverting into midfield, trying to help out Kobbie Mainoo. Now, speaking of Mainoo, now Casemiro plays it to Anthony. Anthony against Cucurella cuts in into Oyland, who passes it to Garnancho and it hits Bruno.
But did it hit her like somebody's hand, or?
I think it hit Bruno. His shot hit Bruno. Good
Oh,
goal
no,
scoring
but
opportunity.
no, but each part of the
Oh
touch is
no,
player.
it hit Gusto. Hit Gusto.
Was it
Yeah.
was it a leg or the hand?
Hmm?
Did it hit the leg or the hand?
No, just body.
Oh,
No hand. No, just body. You see, you're looking already for penalties. Shameless penalties. Mainoo.
no,
Oh, he
I'm not
sits
looking for
Enzo
penalties.
down.
I'm
Oh.
looking for free kicks.
No, you're looking for penalties.
No, no,
Oh.
no, I'm
Enzo.
not.
Mainoo just sat Enzo down there. But play on.
Yeah, a free bargain sitting down 120 million player.
It's not 120, it's 105.
105.
Massive difference.
But it's still, Mainoo is a free player.
Mm. At least I'm watching him properly now for the first time. He definitely looks like an 8. Definitely not a 6 or a lone 6. It's definitely an 8.
Yeah, he, he's a talented kid.
Oh, it's a nice link up play. Garnancho with the shot. Anthony, sorry. Apologies, Garnancho. But comes off one of the Chelsea players and it's easily claimed.
Anthony knows a lot. Anthony knows a lot to do apart from shooting. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, he has a lot to prove. Yeah, he has a lot to prove. Oh, Bruno goes down.
And
But
now
that one
Chelsea is
stopped
coming.
Chelsea going from on the counter. Palmer. Now Gusto. Nobody really in the box to get it in. Enzo. Palmer. Caicedo now. Palmer again. Back to Gusto. Enzo. Passes it back to Badashil. Now Mudryk. Mudryk takes Basaka to the byline and wins the corner. Cole Palmer. Half time 1-0 Liverpool. Palmer ups this one in. Ooh,
Close.
close. Now Madrid to Gusto. Gusto.
It was too,
Plays it off to
he shot it,
Cucurella. And he skied it.
yeah, he shot it too high.
Another chance for Chelsea. Dave Jackson gets past Maguire, then tries to square it to the arriving Chelsea players, and it comes off him for a goal kick. Oh, Mainoo
Yeah.
just put down there. That's a bit bodied. Oh, Chile. Oh,
Oh,
Anthony intercepts.
and
Casemiro
Bissaka.
on Basaka. Oh, gets past Mudryk. Everybody
Oh,
just trying to
nice.
stop that for a goal.
No,
Garnancho. This
but who was there to help Garnacho on the other side of the wing?
Nacho called for that ball. It got delivered, and then first time shot. He had enough time to take a touch. Just places it across the goal.
Oh, Chelsea's attacking.
Yeah, Mudryk.
Uh, I think
Oh,
that
good
would be a
ball into
penalty.
Cucurella penalty,
Penalty,
and he's
yeah.
given a penalty. Come on.
Nah.
Need to say it again to be honest, but
Already in the 70th minute. It has barely been 20 minutes, and Chelsea has scored.
let's see the penalty.
Yeah, Chelsea has scored.
That's
Palmer
not
has
a
scored.
penalty.
Huh?
That's not a penalty.
It's not.
It's not a penalty.
Yeah, Palmer has scored from the penalty shoot box. Ah,
Yeah, just got the notification as well. You're watching on TV now.
no, I'm still
Oh,
watching on laptop.
you got a notification.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, what is Onana doing?
I'm still going to see a penalty. I don't think it's a penalty in my eyes.
Yeah, because it looked like my thing that's glitched.
Yeah, 2-0. Cole Palmer.
Onana is a shit penalty saver.
No, but I don't think Gallgher has missed many penalties. Maybe one this season. 19th minute, Palmer. Horrible decision. Absolute atrocious decision. But we take those. We take it.
Yeah, we shouldn't have sold. We shouldn't have sold David De Gea.
No. No.
Because let's be honest, Man United's current setup is not built for Onana kind of goalkeeping. Here we go for the third time.
I've seen Chelsea bottle a 2-0 lead versus Burnley.
No,
Good
but
at that.
I've also seen United losing 2-0 and still losing the match. You see, I told you Chelsea scored 2 goals.
So time to go. I say though, Mudryk.
Again,
Gallagher. Oh,
Man United, we need a fast response.
yeah. But
Yeah,
I don't think
the
it was
player.
a penalty. I don't think it was
What?
a penalty. I think United
Yes,
have been out the bad
it
card
shouldn't
there,
have
but
been.
my question is who hasn't? Because everyone has. You just have to figure a way out to go without it.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been a penalty. Yeah, it was a bad referee decision.
Yeah, but still, you have to play around it. And everyone has had some bad decisions.
Wait, I can see I'm a United player next to those two Chelsea players, and he's just watching them pass the ball to each other back and forth.
Okay, we've got money here. Money up to you. If you want to, yeah, I can add money now. So up to you, really. So yeah, you can just let me know in private chat. Okay. Yes,
Actually, it's
money there.
offside.
Good evening, boys, and let me also say congratulations to Hanno, the host with the most, 600 subscribers. Here's to 600 more. And
Yeah,
I'll
big
tell
up,
you
Hannah.
what, I picked a good time to come on because this has been billed as the, the Crapico, sort of a take on the Classico. But Chelsea are enjoying the better of it right now, and this just goes to show how poor. I mean, I wouldn't say, I think poor might be harsh, but United are just too inconsistent right now. And I really don't see them doing enough to qualify for Europe this season. I'm sorry to say this, Kyle, but I just don't really see much hope for them.
I'm not hurt by that, to be honest.
Oh, free kick. Money we are a bit behind. Um, because Carlos Spencer we have gone in sync. So yeah,
Okay,
we are.
that's fine. I promise you no spoilers. Yes, no spoilers. I promise you that. Besides, I'm also watching the Liverpool Sheffield United game, so I might, go back and forth between them. And surprisingly, instead of making an attempt to eat at the goal difference, Liverpool are just content to try and keep Sheffield United in the game. But Sheffield United have also proven themselves to be really, really good. In the first minute or so, they had some chances to score the first goal of the game. The defense looked really ragged. And then that Darwin Núñez goal, I mean, I don't know what Ivo Gerbic was thinking, having backed up Oblak at Atletico Madrid for a long time. He'd know better to do what he did. But Liverpool are probably taking the Arsenal approach, saying a win is a win, we'll be top of the league.
That's a close header.
Yeah, so as promised, no spoilers from me. I will keep an eye on the Liverpool Sheffield United game and tell you about any scores that do take place. So you lot can enjoy the game, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Banana.
It's like we're playing long balls and there's no player going forward to try to reach those long balls. Because what's the point of playing these long balls if there's no player trying to go extra mile?
Yeah, just like Burnley, a soft penalty. Let's see. Palmer tried to bring that ball back in.
If I were you, Hannah, I wouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. I mean, you're 2-0 up, you've gotten the penalty. I mean, just take it and enjoy it.
I think it's a. I don't think it was a pen, but I take it. I absolutely take it. And United fans saying we've been done like that all season. Well, you just have to play around it.
Didn't VAR get involved in that call, by the way?
No.
They didn't get involved.
No, I don't think so.
Wait, so
In the Burnley one,
the referee decided on this decision without VAR.
Yeah.
But also, let's be honest, Man United deserve to be losing right now.
Yeah, well, you haven't created much, so.
Yeah.
Even if you, let's say, lose this game 2-0, you haven't created anything to say, well, if that penalty wasn't given, we might have scored a goal, we might have scored some goals or anything like that. Because you haven't created much.
And also our passing. We're trying too much long passes and there's no player trying to receive those long passes.
Yeah, very true. But Garnancho does
And,
have the ball now on the wing.
and also players are not like opening up as much.
Oh, in Gallgher dog intercepts Mainoo. Jackson, Mudryk. Side netting. Not gonna lie, United are getting done. You guys are getting shoved to the new one.
It happens every time.
Honestly, United are getting rid of the new one.
What was that shot?
I don't know. Is it a goal kick or it's a corner?
It will be a goal kick. Oh, corner. No, but seriously, what was that shot?
Yeah, don't know. Bruno, headed away. And so coming forward, ball into Jackson, good defending from Varane.
Speaking of Varane, did any of you get a chance to read an interview, an article about him where he spoke about how consistent heading had, pretty much damaged his body? I just wonder if there's going to be more legislation that could, pretty much make it illegal to use your head in the game. Really.
I think it's just part of the game. Really. What? Gusto got a yellow card for that. Yellow card.
No, but it's the same tackle that who did actually did in that got a penalty.
That's just a foul for me. Never a card, but okay.
Okay, and in other news, Sheffield United have equalised against Liverpool, and that is a shock to the system. Ben Hamer injuring himself in the process, but poking the ball between Caoimhin Kelleher's legs. And if it stays like this, Liverpool do not go back on top of the Premier League. So Liverpool being made to pay for their profligacy, and they need a goal and fast. And Jurgen Klopp is not a happy chappy.
Well, I think Liverpool just want to sneak it 2-1. Headed away. Comes down Mainoo. Shot straight at Petrovic.
Cross there. It actually came off Connor Bradley, the unfortunate fella. Headed in the direction by Hamer and went off Bradley's legs, between Kelleher's legs. It actually went off Bradley's foot between Kelleher's legs. So Chris Wilder is delighted, but there is still half an hour left, and we're going to see a double substitution with Harvey Elliott and Andrew Robertson coming on.
Oh, Jackson has the ball. Place it into Mudryk. Oh, Mudryk should have shot. Should have had a pop. Oh my days.
And it is Mohamed Salah who's coming off for Elliott. And Gravenberch is coming off for Robertson.
Oh, we've given the ball away. Garnancho. Garnancho scores. 2-1.
Garnancho scores.
Yeah.
Getting
Caicedo. With the mistake mix up there at the back.
But so as far as we're concerned, the scoreline could have been 1-1 by now.
Oh. Caicedo pass to
Johanna, if the penalty did not come, it will have been 1-1 by now.
Oh, if the penalty didn't come. Crime on.
Hannah,
I don't care. Honestly. We still won. Trust. But it's 2-1. Yeah. Need another.
Double substitution for Sheffield
Another free kick.
United.
Close. It was close to be a double.
Never. He didn't get even on targets.
No, but that was close though. If we got another player, it would have been a goal. A goal, yeah.
Yeah, double substitution for Sheffield United.
Enzo with the shot, and it's a good save from Onana. Well, I'm just gonna end because I'm stressing now. So apologies, Carl.
You're stressing.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
If you're stressing and you're winning, what about me?
I'm stressing because you guys. Oh, handball? No. Okay. Stressing because I reckon you guys get another, but I want us to get another goal before that. Oh, he's just sent him. That's going to go out.
Bruno. Come on.
1-1. 2-2. Shit.
2-2.
2-2. Bruno back post. Shit.
Well, that quickly.
Yeah. Manny, could you maybe just change the scoreboard there?
I don't know if I can do that because the parameters mean that I can't access it.
Oh, okay. What I'll do?
I know, it's okay. I understand the pain of changing it.
Well, I did say you guys would win 3-1. Well, we'll just make it 2-2. Jeez. 2-2. Awful, man.
I know.
Yeah, just saw the goal right now.
I know. What minute are you on?
I'm 39 now.
Oh, I think I'm behind then.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, Hanno and I are on the same time, Kyle, but as promised, I'm not spoiling anything. In fact, I'm focused on what's going on at Anfield right now, to be honest.
Oh yeah, now I'm seeing the goal.
Poch has got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I'm now on the 30. You're on the 30th minute, right?
On the what?
What minute are you on? 38 or 40?
40.
You're still ahead of.
Yeah, I won't spoil anything. Just watching the game.
If United wins the match, we'll
Yeah,
still stay sixth place.
yeah. I don't think he'll win, to be honest.
Yeah, I want Liverpool to score a second goal.
Oh, over the bar, Adam. Maguire.
But Maguire was about to score.
No, but the big question is, Chelsea have been, I wouldn't say dominant, but they've been better than this. How can they suddenly let it all go wrong in the space of about a few minutes?
Is it the defense? The leaky defense? I know.
It's because they are crackheads. They're maniacs. Because
No, but ours is also a package as well. Because how did we let two goals to be scored in the first 20 minutes? And what am I on right now?
Looks as though
Yeah.
Hanno's just gone off. Hanno and I are normally on the same time, Kyle. So I'm on 43:09, 10, 11, and he's back now.
Oh, I'm on the 41. I'm about to reach 42, so I guess we are 2 minutes behind you.
Okay, Hanno's on mute right now. So looks like Johnny Evans is warming up for Manchester United. I'm not sure why he needs to come on. Maybe because
Viran. I think Viran had a concussion before this match. So could Johnny Evans be coming on to avoid a strain on it?
yeah, well, he did say he's going to pull out of games due to it.
Yeah, but pulling out of a game this early.
No, I think future games, not this one.
I'll tell you something. If Liverpool draw this game as it stands, then that's it. They're not going to win the title. How do
No.
you entertain the league's bottom club at home and struggle to even get a winner and see yourself currently tying the game as it stands?
They will win. Trust me, they will win. 20 minutes left. Sneak a late winner. And I don't think they lose the title if they draw.
I feel like they can either way.
Remember what happened to us last season, Bert? We had the bottom club Southampton at home. It was all set up for a big win, but then Ramsdale's moment of madness, Theo Walcott coming back to his stomping ground and breaking our hearts. We had to huff and puff our way to a 3-3 draw, but that really was the result which, killed off our momentum and made us look like a bit of a joke.
Southampton were 3-1 up, Gustav. Gustav just offside. 5 minutes added on.
As you can see, Hannah, I've just what happened was I was logged into StreamYard on a different account, logged out, logged back in. That's why the banner looks a bit different. I don't know if you caught the earlier IPL game between Gujarat and Punjab, but that was a bit of a classic.
Gujarat.
Today.
I was meant to predict. But click it. I forgot.
But I think it. Yeah, well, it's still round 2, round 4. Still in the early round.
Oh, what minute are you on?
47.
I am on 45.
But nothing has happened, really. Nothing much has happened.
At this point.
Gujarat bottled that.
What?
Gujarat Titans bottled it against Punjab.
Oh.
Punjab scored like 50 odd runs in 4 overs. So
I don't know how you feel, Hannah, but one of the things which has put me off the IPL this time around is, you take a look at the totals that are being put up and the way the batsmen are just smashing everything left, right, and centre. You've got to ask yourself, are the bowlers taking the mickey? They just don't seem to be able to get the line right. When you saw Trent Bolt bowling for Rajasthan against Mumbai, for example, that was, 2020 bowling at its finest, really. He never allowed the Mumbai batsmen to settle. He got 3 batsmen out. I mean, two for Golden Ducks, I believe. One of them, of course, being your compatriot Brevis, and the other one being the Indian captain, Rohit Sharma. But apart from that, the bowlers have just completely strayed in their line, and many of their balls have been, pies that have been chucked. And that's one of the reasons why I can never really get behind this stuff, because
post. Yeah.
You don't want to see one-sided contest between bat and ball, do you?
Yeah. No, it's definitely been like that, and I think second innings, I think you want to bat first, really. At this stage, bat first, put up a big total. That's what it's seeming like.
By the way, was that Gallagher who hit the post?
Yeah, Gallgher.
And okay, so shirt pulling there, but do Liverpool have the ball in the net? No, Robertson into the side netting. Claiming a penalty, but nobody willing to do that. And as it stands, Liverpool will finish the day second unless they get a late winner. Good for me, but not for Jurgen Klopp and other Liverpool fans. And I just know my good mate Stephen Stubbs, the stat man who's doing a watch-along right now, will be absolutely livid. I mean, this is the Sheffield United team that were pumped for 8 goals by Newcastle. We pumped them for 11 goals over 2 games. Manchester City would obviously had a field day against them, and Liverpool are struggling to break them down. What a crazy season this has been.
20 odd minutes are left, so yeah, but
15 minutes actually, and it is of course half time now, so I'll just change the banner for you. Whoops. Takes a long time to work this ridiculous thing.
And that's half time. 2-2. Um, Carl, what did you make of it?
You jammy scouse so-and-sos. Alexis
Told you.
McAllister with a thunderous strike. 14 minutes to go.
Told you.
Yes, you
What did you
did.
make of it? Carl, what did you make of the first half? You there, Carl? Doesn't seem like he's there. I think started off really well the first 15 minutes. Then we got the two goals. Oh, that's a fantastic finish from McAllister. Started off well, then just complacent, just bozo moments, not doing the basics, and it's and United got the two goals, and unfortunately, that's what happens. I don't think the penalty was a penalty. So United should probably be leading, but I don't think we would have said that they deserve to be leading, based on the game and how it's panned out.
See John Barnes in the stands there, 60 years old. A few days ago, he would have enjoyed that. Fancied himself as a bit of an amateur rapper. Quality left winger in his day with an absolute howitzer of a left foot. Ali Mac. Might as well call him Big Mac, if you will, because that was a big goal for Liverpool. But they're going to need another one. As against Brighton, they're not going to be satisfied with a 2-1. They will need a third. So let me ask you, Hanno, coming back to Chelsea, what changes would you make at half-time? Or at least in the second half?
I would bring on Madueke put for I actually don't know. Think keep it. Yeah, I think keep it like it is for now. I don't really know anything. I don't really know anyone else, so yeah. But I do have to go now, unfortunately. So yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, peace out. Taking this
yeah,
through then.
so yeah, I'll take you through to the end, and obviously, if Kyle comes back, I will be there. And highlight of that chance, straight against the post. Onana beaten hook, line, and sinker. So yeah, of course, when Liverpool played Brighton also at Anfield, they went behind to former gunner Danny Welbeck, but Diaz and Mohamed Salah made sure they got the win, which took them to the top of the league. And we were unable to win against depleted Manchester City, which is why, as things stand, with 10 minutes to go at Anfield, Liverpool look as though they are heading back to the top of the Premier League, having been momentarily displaced by Arsenal. And what surprises me personally is that Liverpool were not willing to try and score more goals to eat into the huge goal difference disadvantage that they had against Arsenal. But I suppose they're probably looking to just get this win out of the way and focus on the weekend. And like Arsenal and Aston Villa and Manchester City, they've got European action the following week. So Elliott chipping it into the penalty area, finding Curtis Jones, who controls it and chests it down, laying it back for Gakpo. A shot is blocked by Sheffield United defender. Gakpo once again, and unable to keep the shot down, he blasted over the bar. And of course, I am keeping a tab on, when we will be returning to Stamford Bridge. And once we return to Stamford Bridge, I will go back there and take you through to the end of that game. So as things stand, it is still Liverpool 2, Sheffield United 1. After Darwin Núñez put Liverpool ahead, an unfortunate Conor Bradley own goal leveled things up. But Alexis McAllister, world champion with a world champion strike, put his laces through that, leaving Garbage with no chance. But once again, Liverpool are having to sweat for a victory that keeps them top. Gakpo to Núñez. It is back with Núñez, who has won the ball very well. And Diaz now sending it through to Robertson in the penalty area, and Robertson wins a corner. Robertson, of course, having come on alongside Harvey Elliott as more of an impact sub. And it is confirmed that it was a Conor Bradley own goal. And it will be Liverpool captain Robertson to take the corner, left-footed, away swinger. And that is onto the head of Ollie McBurney, and Sheffield United could eventually clear their lines, but an unfortunate slip by the number 23, Osborne, has let Liverpool back in. And as it stands, I do believe Liverpool have won a free kick. Yep, Osborne with the slip. And it's a handball off the unfortunate Osborne. It hit his elbow, and that will be a Liverpool free kick. So there's Harvey Elliott, Alexis McAllister, and Darwin Núñez standing over it. And it will be interesting to see who takes the kick. Yep, a worldie from the World Cup winner. Big up to you, Mr. B, by the way. With about 6 minutes to go, plus stoppages, I think it's fair to say that a Liverpool goal should seal this match as a contest. Sheffield United have pretty much been on the back foot and have been further pushed on the back foot following that McAllister goal. It is, in fact, McAllister who is lining up to take it. Will he have the same success as he did with that goal? Off the bar! Well, the answer to that is no, but he was close, and Garbage punching it behind for a corner. Sweet, sweet strike from the Argentinian. I think it might have taken, might have gone off the head off one of the defenders before going on to the bar, and how important that would have been, because I'm not too sure Garbage would have had that covered if it hadn't have gone off the defender's head, or maybe he would have. But with 5 minutes to go, Liverpool have a corner. Robertson again, left-footed, away swinger. And Elliott with a huge miss kick at it. McAllister hooking it back in. And that is Robertson. Interplay between him and Jones, but Ahmedicic is able to head it away. Still can't quite clear their lines, the Blades. It is with Diaz now, and that should be another Sheffield United corner. Great defensive work over there to try and to pretty much impede that. In fact, the referee has actually awarded a goal kick, and Luis Diaz is not happy with that decision at all. Let me just switch my channel. Are we back? Yes, we are about to go back live to Stamford Bridge to the rest of the game. Yep, he hit the bar. So obviously, we are focusing, of course, on the Chelsea United game, given that this was Hanno's main thing. But I will, of course, provide you a few updates on the action at Anfield as and when it happens. I mean, technically, we're not quite back yet, but and you have to think that had that gone in from McAllister, that free kick, it would have pretty much settled the match of the contest. But as it has, the Blades have life, and it is the on-loan Everton defender Mason Holgate who comes off for Sheffield United. And on his place comes Slimani. And that is Sheffield United's final substitution, Anis Ben Slimani. Tunisian, I would think. Yep, Tunisian. Actually, he's Danish, but of Tunisian blood. And Liverpool now trying to get away. But I will want to see if... No, we're still not back at Stamford Bridge as of yet. So I'll take you through a few more minutes. And Elliott now with the ball crossed in and sort of headed towards the goal line, hooked back in by Sheffield United's defender. And Gerbic has dropped it. But Younes unable to hook that into the net, and that will be a Sheffield United goal kick. Anis Ben Slimani, born in Copenhagen, living in the Vesterbro neighborhood. And he is, in fact, a Tunisian international, but born in Denmark. So I was right the first time. As things stands, Liverpool will go back to the top of the Premiership, but a -7 goal difference between them and Arsenal means that they still cannot afford to relax. And Gallgher to Van Dijk now. Van Dijk now has to run with the ball. He's got McBurney trying to follow him, passing it instead, and that is now with Curtis Jones, I believe. Let me see if we're back at Stamford Bridge. No, we're still not. I think because we've played some minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half, a customary and compulsory 15-minute break means that the players won't be back on the field at the Bridge yet. But at the moment at Anfield, it is Andrew Robertson down the left. Finds Gakpo in the penalty area. Gakpo to Núñez. Hoping to lay it off to Gakpo, but the ball was a bit too far for him. It is back with Luis Diaz, though. McAllister. Konate. Connor Bradley, whose own goal brought Sheffield United level. Elliott back to Konate. Back to Elliott. And Elliott ends up passing it back to Gallgher, who now finds his skipper, Van Dijk. And that is sent forward into the penalty area. Gakpo on the end of that, and that is it. 30 seconds to go before the end of normal time. Liverpool score their third goal. It is the Dutch maestro, Cody Gakpo, and that will at least improve Liverpool's inferior goal difference to Arsenal's. But more importantly for them, it keeps them at the top of the Premier League. And regardless of the amount of stoppage time added, I think it's fair to say that this match is over as a contest. In about 5 seconds, we will find out how much time will be added on. And as soon as we find out, I will take you back to Stamford Bridge. Beautifully weighted cross in position. Found Gakpo's head. Well-directed header. No chance for Ivo Gerbic. Although could he have done better, though? Maybe it just went a little bit beyond him, and Chris Wilder now resigned to his fate. And I'm not going to take any time to find out how much time has been added on, because we've just come back to Stamford Bridge, and There is a substitution being made. It is Johnny Evans coming on for Rafael Varane. I think for some reason they're taking their time telling us how many minutes have been added on at Anfield, but I can tell you that this match is over as a contest, so I should go back to Stamford Bridge, and I will. And not a moment too soon, Bruno Fernandes kicks things off for the second half, passing it back to Andre Onana. Disasi heading it away, only as far as Casemiro. Back to Evans, who passes it back to Andre Onana. And that is with Harry Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Casemiro sending it forward. Fernandes hoping to get on the end of that, but that goes straight to Georgi Petrovic in the Chelsea goal. Disasi sending it forward and sent back by Evans, and it ricochets off Anthony, but Caicedo is able to clean up, and Gallagher passes it back to I believe that's Badashile. Yep. Eventually hoping to find Cole Palmer with that crossfield pass, but Palmer unable to control that, and that will be a Manchester United throw. And Chelsea reached the final of the League Cup. They're in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. They just haven't been able to quite get it together consistently in the Premier League under Pochettino, and there will be, understandably, calls for him to be replaced as manager. By who? We may never know. Disasi hoping to send that out, but Dalot intercepts brilliantly. Dalot passes it to Garnancho on the left. Into the penalty area is Garnancho. Back to Dalot. And that is Fernandes. His shot is blocked. He's claiming a handball, but the referee isn't interested. It could go to VAR, but we will find out sooner rather than later. Casemiro sending it into the penalty area now. And I believe that was Højlund who had a chance to score, but he fluffed his lines. But United now relentless. Maguire intercepting that and going into the penalty area himself, the former Manchester United skipper. And trying an ambitious shot for goal, but sending it wide and over. And clearly, the Englishman is not too happy. He's expecting a corner, claiming that it went off Gusto. This shot from Fernandes. And, oh, come on, it hits Badashile on his shoulder. You cannot call that a hand. Was he claiming that it deflected off Cucurella's arm? I'm not too sure. In any case, VAR should have had a check for that, and I think Gusto's having a bit of a problem now with his hamstring, walking rather gingerly. Chelsea once again struggling to clear their lines. Gusto has the ball, but thanks to a slip from Casemiro, he can now run down the right flank. Finds Cole Palmer with a wonderfully incisive pass. Palmer now. Well, he probably should have tried to pass to a teammate running into the penalty area. Anthony now trying to come away for Manchester United. I believe that Mudrak was trying to run in to Chelsea and Palmer could have passed to him instead. Casemiro to Fernandes. The Manchester United skipper passing to Garnancho now in the penalty area. And Disasi blocks that and sends that behind for a goal kick. And I can confirm that there were 7 minutes of time added on at Anfield. So the action still isn't over, but I really cannot see the game being forced into any real drama. And as it is, 3 of those 7 minutes have already been played. Jackson receiving not the best pass there and trying to send Palmer forward, but Dalot is able to beat Palmer to it and passes it to Onana. And Rasmus Højlund, of course, at the beginning of the half thought that he had been fouled. He was sent tumbling when he had the chance to score, but VAR would have looked at both of those things and decided that Chelsea had no case to answer. Caicedo receiving the ball now from Cucurella to Fernandes, another Argentinian World Cup winner. And now, after some good teamwork with Chelsea, it's Gallagher who wins the ball, sending Cucurella on the left. Doesn't go out for a corner. It is back with Gallagher, though. He's got Mudrak behind him, and he should pass back to him, which he does. Mudrak to Caicedo now. Caicedo receives it. Caicedo back to Badashile. Disasi. Sending it to Gusto on the wing. Back to Disasi. Enzo. Badashile. A pass back to Petrovic, who pumps that forward, but that goes straight to his counterpart, Andre Onana. Another big game for Alexis McAllister tonight, and the chat saying that he could go on to be a new Graham Souness and certainly become an Anfield hero of sorts. That is, if they go on to win the league. And we are into the final seconds of time added on at Anfield, so I'm just going to prepare a banner for you right now. And some good defensive work there from Mudrak, sees the ball eventually being cleared, but Chelsea were under the cosh momentarily. And Enzo now has the chance to run all the way down the middle. He's got Palmer on his right. He passes it to Palmer. Back to Enzo, but blocked brilliantly by the Northern Ireland captain, Johnny Evans. And now it's Manchester United's turn to come away through Bruno Fernandes. Anthony. Hoyland's pocket is picked by Disasi, and Chelsea once again have to try to start. And you can see the pendulum swinging wildly now as neither team is able to defend with any sort of conviction. A clumsy foul there by Harry Maguire. Almost Lizzie Maguire settings there, if you will. But this chance here, some great work from Enzo Fernandes this time around. But Johnny Evans reading the danger magnificently. I'm not too sure if Enzo had shot, he would have necessarily beaten Onana anyway. But Evans wasn't going to take any chances there. Badashile to Cucurella. Back to Badashile. And yeah, confirmation of the result from Anfield. A breathlessly late game sealer from Cody Gakpo. A thunderous strike from Alexis McAllister has seen Liverpool recover from a shock equaliser and go back to the top of the Premier League. And this is sort of a mid-table battle right now between Chelsea and Manchester United. Malo Gusto now going into the penalty area, passing it out to Cole Palmer, who can try and bend it in. Blocked by Garnancho. Fernandes now. The battle between him and his namesake Bruno has certainly been interesting tonight. Gallagher in the penalty area now. Out to Caicedo. Palmer trying to feed Caicedo, but that's blocked, and Garnancho can now come away on the left. But Gusto picks his pocket well, and Chelsea have the ball back. This is a match of wildly swinging fortunes. It's going back and forth with neither defense being willing to, perform with any real conviction. Enzo finding Mudrak. Gallagher. Out to Caicedo. Blocked again by Evans. But it is with Disasi now. And United's defending has been, obviously a lot better. Fernandes there with a chip pass, hoping to find Gallagher, or it might have been someone else, but a bit too far, and Onana was able to claim. And now Rasmus to Bruno, and he blasts it over the bar. High and ugly. Nowhere near handsome. So now we are, after the madness at Liverpool, we are back to Stamford Bridge. It is still 2-2 between Chelsea and Manchester United. And we've had goals in the second half, but none the first half, I should say, but none so far. Will we see the deadlock broken? It could very well be that whoever scores the first goal in the second half might go on to win. Caicedo to Enzo. Gusto sending it forward to Cole Palmer, who gets there before his fellow number 20, Dalot, and Dalot is adjudged to have tripped him up. And a free kick is awarded in Chelsea's favour. Confirmation of the scorers in the Liverpool game. It was Darwin Núñez who put Liverpool ahead after charging down Ivo Grbić's attempted clearance. It was Conor Bradley who, unfortunately, tragically put the ball in his own net through the legs of his goalkeeper, Caoimhin Kelleher, under pressure from Ben Hamer. But Alexis McAllister, with a rocket of a strike, put his laces through that, leaving Grbić with no chance. And Cody Gakpo literally using his head and sealing it with a third. Liverpool back on top. 2 points ahead of Arsenal going into this weekend's fixtures. Palmer with this free kick. Doesn't find anyone and Evans heads it away. Garnancho finding Cucurella, who passes it back to Caicedo. Does Caicedo pass it back to his goalkeeper? Nope. He finds Palmer on the right, and Garnancho is able to stop Palmer from going forward, but Palmer does have the ball back in any case. Badiashile to Caicedo. Gallagher. And Gallagher has his pocket picked, but illegally in the eyes of the referee. Gallagher clutching his leg there, and Bruno not happy. Disasi, and it's a giveaway to Højlund, who is able to outrun both. Well, he can't quite outrun Disasi. Under pressure from the defender, he puts that ball out for a goal kick. Or is that going to be a corner, though? A pretty poor pass there from Disasi with Badiashile nowhere in the picture. Højlund running onto that. You thought he would have his time. And Rasmus is, in fact, claiming a corner. But Disasi knows, well, Disasi's happy with the work he did, but it is, in fact, a Manchester United corner. Disasi might have had the last touch. Redeeming himself for his mistake there, but if United score, it will be all for nothing. Fernandes to take this, right-footed, away swinger. And it falls onto the head of Casemiro, but he sends it over the bar. Getting into position, rising above Caicedo, but not able to divert that into the net. Petrovic untroubled, really. Disasi forced to pass back to Badiashile. Cucurella. And he finds Gallagher there with an excellent movement from the Chelsea skipper. Enzo Fernandez finding Palmer, who can move into the penalty area. And, well, it was straight at Andre Onana, but I tell you what, he still had to make the save. If that had been to either of the goalkeeper's sides, I don't think he would have stopped that. But great movement once again. Enzo Fernandez at the heart of that. Palmer connecting with it beautifully, but not having the direction to cause Onana any problems. And it's a save he had to make. And you have to say that it's pretty straightforward from the Cameroon goalkeeper. A save which looks better than it is, really. We've got Spencer in the building. Good evening to you, mate, and congratulations on that result. You had to huff and puff, but finally you blunted those blades. And so how does it feel to be top of the table again going into the weekend? Mudrak with the corner, right footed, away swinger. Hoping to, well, if Caicedo had gotten on the end of that, I think, Onana would have been in trouble. And in any case, I do think there's a foul in the penalty area. Yep, Wan-Bissaka is down on the floor. By the way, Spencer, if you have been on Statman's stream tonight, I know he was doing a watch-along. Do tell him I send my best wishes, and I hope to join him on another watch-along very soon. Today I couldn't join him, but I hope he's doing well, and I hope you are too. And as you've said, you never make it easy on yourselves, but the most important thing is the table that's in front of me on my television screen. You are 2 points ahead of Arsenal, but we've scored 6 more goals than you, and I was thinking that you would be able to pump Sheffield United for a few more goals tonight to try and whittle down that goal difference, but for some reason you weren't able to. I think Sheffield United looked to be well drilled under Wilder, and they caused you a few problems very early on as well. But a win's a win. You got the 3 points. Now you can rest going into the weekend. And while you have Atalanta, we've got Bayern Munich. Lord have mercy on us. When Bissaka, as it is now, receiving some treatment, and famous looking face in the stand there. Can't quite decipher who that is. Looks like a rugby player to me. Yep. It is an England rugby player. I recognize the face. I just can't put a name to that face. And is Wan-Bissaka okay? I'm not too sure, but United are going to make a few substitutions. I see Marcus Rashford with his jersey being put on, as it were. Steve McLaren, of course, the Wally with the brolly. No brolly with him tonight, but he is, of course, Erik ten Hag's most trusted lieutenant. Spencer staying should be closer. We got screwed at least 1 point at the Tottenham Stadium and should have been given a foul against Manchester City at the death. And Liverpool should have been awarded a penalty because the Sheffield United obviously, I believe that was that Aki or Akanji who made that foul, because his studs were up and it did hit Alexis McAllister on the chest. I agree, that should have been given a foul. Or maybe it was Doku, I don't quite remember. You might remember better than I would. At the moment, though, Garnancho with the ball on the left. He's got Disasi up against him, and Disasi is able to block that and send that behind for another corner. I might look that up and, remember that for you. Petrovic clearing that out, finding Gusto. Finds Palmer on the right. Palmer sending into the penalty area, but Gusto unable to connect with it. But Jackson wins it back. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Gallagher. Back to him from Jackson, to Palmer. Palmer trying to send it through, but Dallo standing up to be counted, and Anthony now trying to burst away down the right, and he literally burns Cucurella for pace there, but Cucurella sticking to him like glue. Goes past Cucurella, though, does the Brazilian, but sends it across goal, and no one is there to pick that up. Goal. Yes, I do recognize him now. It was Marcus Smith, otherwise known as the bloke who broke Irish hearts at Twickenham with that last gasp drop goal, receiving the pass from a certain Daniel Kerr, who was playing his 100th test match. And thank you very much for looking it up. It was, in fact, Doku. But I tell you what, City are looking a little bit, suspect. We made them look very ordinary, restricting them to very few shots on target. Aston Villa also had their moments against them, notwithstanding they went down 4-1 after Unai Emery fielded what has to be said was a diabolical team, but probably he did so in lieu of the games coming up. Brentford at the weekend, Lille in the Conference League, and in between those two legs, they're also playing Arsenal at the Emirates. And yep, had that been given as a penalty and Liverpool went on to win that game, it would have been a two-team race between our two teams. Couldn't agree with you more there. And it looks as though Højlund, who has been frustrated tonight, will be coming off. And rather sadly for Evans, who I thought had a really good game, he's being subbed off too. So it's Marcus Rashford and United's number 53 who are coming on for both Højlund and Evans. I can only assume that Evans might have picked up a little bit of an injury, but he has done the job quite well since coming on as a substitute. Very unfortunate there for the Northern Irishman. Willy Kambuala. Gallagher now. Plenty of space behind him. And what he was trying to do with that, I don't know. You want to pass it, you don't hit it that hard, son. United now can try and burst away with Antony down the right. Hoping to find Garnancho in the penalty area. And Garnancho puts United ahead. I think Petrovic did, in fact, rush out to try and meet him, but he was never going to get there before Garnancho. And great work by Antony there. Down the right. That cross was inch perfect. And so on 67 minutes, Alejandro Garnancho, another Argentinian, has put Manchester United 3-2 up against Chelsea at the Bridge. And you have to think that if Chelsea do go on to lose this match, then serious questions will be asked about Pochettino. I wouldn't be surprised if a decision were made tonight on his future at the club. But Antony over there with plenty of space. A wonderful cross there. Petrovic making the stupid decision really to get off his to come off his line with the defenders running back. Really poor there from the number 28. You do not do that. Disasi was running back. Garnancho getting there ahead of Petrovic and heading it past him, and you can see how much that means to Erik ten Hag. Potentially a rare away win for United this season. We will see, and clearly Pochettino is not happy. Antony silencing a few critics with that. Now, of course, back to just going back to that discussion. Had that penalty against City been awarded and Liverpool scored and won that game, it would have been a two-team race because City would have been 4 points behind and behind two teams. And the penalty for Chelsea might have looked to have been soft, but crucially, VAR didn't intervene and the referee also wasn't overruled. But you are right. Chelsea are absolutely awful right now. Although they're not too bad a cup team, mind you. They were, of course, you beat them to win the League Cup with Virgil van Dijk stepping up in the dying embers of extra time to head Liverpool to the trophy. And of course, they are in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. They will be playing Manchester City, against whom they've taken 2 points this season. Both teams, of course, having had score draws. Sadly, Liverpool will not be there. A very unfortunate defeat to Manchester United, who will be coming up against their former striker, Mark Robbins, and his Coventry City team in the semi-final. Maguire. Sending that forward to the goal scorer, Garnancho. And I'm sure he was looking for Rashford or Antony, but neither one of them were there in the penalty area at the time. But Wan-Bissaka doing brilliantly to win the ball back. And eventually the ball is passed back into the defence. Kambuala to Maguire. back to the substitute Kambuala. But Liverpool should have a fairly decent run-in right now. I could check their run-in for you as we speak. And you got to play this Manchester United team this weekend. I'm sure revenge will be in order. In between your ties against Atlanta, home and away, you will have a Crystal Palace team that still can't quite get it together under the former Frankfurt manager, Oliver Glasner. And a brilliant piece of improvisation there from Anthony, using the outside of his left foot to cross that ball. He is, of course, left-footed. And despite Disasi's best efforts, he wasn't able to keep it out. Then, of course, a trip to Craven Cottage, a reunion for Harvey Elliott and his former team. And Caicedo and Mudrak have gone off to be replaced by Carney Chukwuemeka and Raheem Sterling. And then, of course, the Merseyside derby, a trip to the London Stadium, and revenge again on the order against Spurs at Anfield on the 4th of May. And on the 11th of May, you play Aston Villa before ending your season against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So you should be able to pick up plenty of points in all of your remaining games. Aston Villa could potentially be a tough game. They'll still be trying to secure Champions League football, but I think the run-in actually looks really good for you. I really do. And Sod's Law could dictate that City might win the FA Cup. I really hope they don't. I do not want to see them lifting another trophy. Trying to send it forward, and Palmer wins it, but without any support, Maguire's able to hack it away. But Gusto showing some gusto there and winning a throw for Chelsea off, might have been Casemiro, I don't know, but we will see. But Gusto, Chelsea will need more of his gusto. A throw to Chukwuemeka, the substitute, and he wins the throw off Dalot. And Chelsea claiming a free kick there, but and they do in fact get a free kick. I believe Jackson was being impeded there, and Harry Maguire is not happy with the decision at all by any means. Yep, Aston Villa will be tough, and we do have a similar run where we play the same teams that you are facing. Wolves, Aston Villa, Spurs. We've got to play Chelsea, though, as well. And this weekend, we've got the Brighton team, which gave you a run for your money at Anfield. Former gunner Danny Welbeck will be hoping to put one over on us, for sure. It was he who scored that goal that put him ahead against you lot. So Gallagher and Palmer standing ahead over this. 17 minutes to go, plus stoppages. I'm sure Palmer was hoping for more with Chelsea when he moved there from Manchester City. But he has been playing many games. Free kick, and that is punched over by Onana. It was a low free kick, really, and I don't think it was really going to give Onana too much trouble, but he stuck his palms out. I think Fernandes trying to get ahead on that, but he couldn't, and it was spinning, and some strong fists there from the Cameroon goalkeeper. There will be Palmer who takes this corner, left-footed away swinger. And I believe that was Disasi who tried to head that towards goal, but ended up sending it over the bar. And another double substitution from Chelsea. Actually, Manchester United are making their substitutions first. It will be Scott McTominay to come on for Casemiro. McTominay will probably look to close out the game, maybe score a goal himself, perhaps. And Chelsea are making a substitution of their own. It will be Gusto to be coming off for Chelsea's number 42. Find out who that is. Gilchrist. And Trevor Chalobah also comes on for Axel Disasi. Alfie Gilchrist, number 42 for Chelsea. And all Pochettino can do is just look on and wonder how bad his defense can possibly get. Should he have started with Thiago Silva in defense? Hindsight is 2020. But clearly Petrovic has himself to blame for that third goal. And the sad part is that there is no Bob Sanchez on the bench who's injured, so it's Marcus Bettinelli who's on the bench as the backup goalkeeper. Chalobah with his first touch of the ball, sending it out to Gilchrist. Back to Chalobah, who has to pass back to Petrovic with Rashford circling him. And that is Badashile. Gallagher, who's now been closed down by Bruno. And eventually it is with Jackson, who is able to find Gilchrist. Gilchrist to Palmer on the right. Trying to cut in and hoping to send that through, but I believe that was Sterling who was unable to get on the end of that. But clearly the addition of the possibly now former England winger might spark some life into Chelsea's play. Enzo Fernandes to Sterling. Gallagher. Cucurella. And it finds Sterling in the penalty area, who passes it out to Cucurella. And some excellent work from Scott McTominay to intercept that. He finds his captain Fernandes, but Chalobah there doing some inspired work, having come on for Disasi in that position. It's very easy to get confused between Disasi and Chalobah, given that they both have the dreadlock haircut. Just have to look for the jersey number. And number 23, Gallagher, trying to aim a shot on goal, but that is blocked. Kobbie Mainoo is able to take it off him, but it is with Enzo Fernandez now, who finds Sterling. Sending it to Jackson inside the penalty area, but Cambuala is able to intercept that and send that behind for a corner. And you can see how Cambuala is enjoying himself. Nicholas Jackson with that blue streak in his hair, not so much. Chelsea's 8th corner to United's 3rd tonight. Zayn Hanif, big up to you. And Gilchrist there with a rather of a bobble of a header, which sends it well above the bar. That's why he's a defender, you see. Chelsea fans shouldn't blame Pochettino. They were 2-0 up, but ended up crumbling. And of course, United have somehow found a way to come back from being 2-0 down. But are the players downing tools? We'll have to wait and see. But again, as we all know, whenever the player's down tools, unfortunately, it's the manager that carries the can. Garnancho there with a poor piece of play, and Gallagher is able to intercept him. And he keeps it in play. Jackson to Palmer. Palmer with the shot, blocked by Mainoo. But it is with Sterling. McTominay picks his pocket. Cucurella is sent tumbling. And will that be a Chelsea free kick? Yes, it will be. Anthony there not happy with the decision at all. And McTominay also clutching the base of his hamstring there. And this is a worry now for United because he's just come on as a substitute for Casemiro. United can ill afford to lose the Scotland international. And it goes without saying that Steve Clarke cannot afford to lose him either. Fortunately, the tall Scotsman is up and jogging back to his penalty area as Chelsea prepare to take this free kick. With about 11 minutes to go, plus stoppages. Ha! Nice one. They clearly need to spend their money more wisely. Added a couple of words, but made that sentence ring true. Caicedo, what a waste. Mudrak is looking better, but Chelsea still overpaid for him. They also paid a lot for Enzo, but he is quality. Gallagher with the free kick, low, and that is whacked behind by Rashford. I think he tried to clear it, but he ended up miskicking that horribly and sending that behind for Chelsea's 9th corner of the game. Short from Palmer to Sterling this time. Sterling hoping to chip that into the penalty area, but nobody's able to get that, and that goes straight through to Andre Onana. And with Altay Bayindir still injured, it is Tom Heaton who is on the bench for Onana. Sterling now in the penalty area, up against Cambuala. And, it needed one of Enzo or Cole Palmer to get on the end of that. It is with Palmer, though, sending it out to Gilchrist. Chalobah. Badashile. Sending it forward to Cucurella with Sterling right beside him, and he receives the ball from Cucurella. Sends it forward to Cucurella. He passes it back to Sterling. Gallagher on the left. Trying to get into the penalty area, but Wan-Bissaka is able to clear the danger at the cost of a throw-in. 9 minutes to go now, plus stoppages. Still Chelsea 2, Manchester United 3. And that's another throw-in conceded by Wan-Bissaka. Cucurella out to Sterling this time from the throw. Passing it back to Badashile, to Enzo now, who twists and turns. Finds Palmer, who can't quite find the pass there. And that is sent out. But can Garnancho keep it in play? No, he can't. And that will be a Chelsea throw. Probably going to take a look at the fixtures to come this weekend. Some interesting games. I have mentioned, of course, that Liverpool will be travelling to Old Trafford to play United with revenge on the agenda. Arsenal have to face Brighton and Hove Albion at the Amex Stadium. I'll definitely look to see what more we can look forward to over the weekend. And it'll be on the 6th and 7th, the Saturday and the Sunday. Manchester City travel to Crystal Palace in the lunchtime kickoff. And Aston Villa will be playing Brentford at home. Everton and Burnley, another Sean Dyche reunion. Fulham against Newcastle United at Craven Cottage. Bottom side Luton Town up against AFC Bournemouth in what is effectively the Tom Lockyer derby. Wolves against West Ham, and the evening kickoff will see Arsenal travelling to the Amex Stadium. Super Sunday indeed. United and Liverpool will be headlining that day. Chelsea travel to bottom club Sheffield United. They should get 3 points from that game, although you never know, given how well Sheffield United played tonight, I should say. And Spurs and Nottingham Forest winding things up at 6 p.m. UK time. Back onto the field, it looks as though Mason Mount will be coming on. Mount, of course, who scored that breathlessly late goal against Brentford. What we all thought was the game winner, only for Christopher Ayer to ensure some justice and a point for the Bees. United were literally sliced open. Sliced apart like butter by a hot knife. Brighton away, and yes, you agree, revenge is on the agenda as you travel to Old Trafford. And if Luton do not beat Bournemouth, it could very well be it for them. I think so. If the results continue to go against them, it is hard to see them staying up. They've shown a lot of great spirit, but spirit only gets you so far in this unforgiving league. And yet another corner for Chelsea. I believe it'll be their 10th of the game. I could be wrong. This time, no short stuff. It will be Cole Palmer to swing it out with his left foot, hoping to find a teammate. He does find a teammate who heads it towards goal, but a United defender is able to send that away. And Anthony once again hoping to burst forward, but Cucurella checking him. illegally, and that will be a United free kick. And Mount is preparing to come on. He will be replacing Garnancho, who, as things stand, will look to have scored the game winner. And if it stays this way, expect the boos to ring loud at Stamford Bridge. Showing basically both the goals he scored. The one which got Chelsea back into the game. And the game winner in between Captain Fernandes' effort in the 39th minute. Mason Mount now coming on to try to see things out, and I wouldn't put it beyond him to score the goal that seals the result. 4.5 minutes to go plus stoppages. Onana sending it forward, but Chelsea once again having to build from the back. Chalobah to Gilchrist, back to Chalobah. Badashile. Cucurella. Back to Badashile. Across to Chalobah in the middle of the pitch, who sends it off to Sterling on the right. And a pass back to Chalobah. And Enzo hoping to try and send it forward. Finds Sterling with a pass, which he does. Sterling has Gilchrist on his right, and he took too long with that, and Mount has picked his pocket. It's back with Dalot now. To Mainoo. Maguire. Mainoo. And a pretty poor attempted pass is intercepted by Palmer, but United do win the ball back, and the referee plays advantage. Fernandes sending Anthony on his way. Step overs against Cucurella, but Cucurella picks his pocket. And Gilchrist now finding Gallagher, and Chelsea have to act fast. You think there might be some considerable stoppage time added at the end of the game, but we will find out. Chalobah to Badashile. Chukwuemeka. Cucurella. Chukwuemeka. He gets knocked down, but he gets up again. You're never going to keep him down. No, that's Chumbawamba. And yes, you are right. I believe they do still have to travel to the empty hat, as you Liverpool supporters would call it. Palmer, Sterling. No. It was Chukwuemeka out to Sterling. Back to Chukwuemeka. And he can't shoot. But still in the United penalty area. And finally, Fernandes tries to get it away. And is there a foul being called? No. It is Gilchrist now who passes it to Badashile, to Enzo. Hoping to find Cucurella on the left, perhaps. Nope, he sends it through to Chukwuemeka, and Chelsea win a corner off Scott McTominay. Into the last 2 minutes of normal time. And this time it will be Enzo Fernandes to take this corner, and Chelsea make another substitution. It is Noni Madueke coming on for the Chelsea captain, Conor Gallagher. And I'm not too sure who's going to wear the armband. Could it be Sterling? I don't know. It looks as though it is Chalobah who's wearing the armband. But Fernandes now with this corner, right-footed, hoping to swing it in from the left. No, it's a short one. Out to Cucurella. Finds Palmer. The pass needed to be not so backward. Finds Fernandes in the penalty area. Up against his namesake, Bruno. And the referee blows for an offside. Flag is raised high. And that chance goes begging. And who's the guilty party who wandered offside? Yep, Enzo not timing his run at all well. And into the last minute. And United can try and slow things down, knowing that they have the lead and potentially the points in the bag. Rashford. Dalot. Back to Rashford. Given trouble by Madueke, but eventually Fernandes is able to win the ball back, but can't send it forward. Chalobah intercepts. Enzo now with the ball. Sending it forward, hoping to find Cucurella, which he does. Cucurella up against Wan-Bissaka now. Chukwuemeka. Enzo. Out wide to Madueke. Madueke with the shot. Straight into Onana's hands. And now we are going to find out how many minutes of added time will be awarded. 8 minutes, so still not over by any means, folks. Chelsea do have a lifeline, but United also have a chance to seal it if they can score a fourth goal. And not the best kick from Onana, goes straight out, despite Mason Mount's attempts to try and get to that on his left. That'll be a Chelsea throw, and Erik ten Hag urging some calm. Enzo. Chukwuemeka. Badashile. Back to Enzo. Chalobah now. Madueke. Chalobah. Enzo. Sending it forward to Cucurella. Sterling's also going forward, hoping to try to get that ball, but Cambuala is able to intercept that and send that out for a throw. Palmer retrieving that from Chalobah and sending it forward to Sterling, who has been dispossessed a little bit too many times, and this is probably why he might not be on the plane to Germany with England for the Euros this summer. That could be the end of his England career from the looks of it, unless the new manager who comes in after Southgate opts to give him a chance. And Rashford trying to send that forward, hoping for Fernandes to get on the end of that, but it was too far for him, and Petrovic was able to gather. And Enzo intercepted there by Mason Mount. How crucial could that be? 2 minutes of the 8 having been played. Dalot controlling that. Mount letting that go back to Bruno. Bruno passing it all the way back to Cambuala, the number 53. McTominay now. Dalot, Fernandes. Mount, back to Dalot. Mount, Fernandes. McTominay, Palmer trying to get the ball off him, but failing. And Palmer sending his fellow number 20 to the ground. Actually, it was Fernandes who was fouled there, not Dalot. Maybe Hanno shouldn't have left. But I'm glad he's not seeing this shower of rubbish from Chelsea right now. Drawing 2-2 against Burnley, now losing 3-2 at home to Manchester United. Well, back to the action. 4 minutes of the 8 have already been played. Gilchrist. Palmer, who's now dropped back deep. Chalobah. Badashile. Palmer needs to go up further forward if he can. Gilchrist. Back to Chalobah, who was It is with Cucurella, but some poor play there from the former Brighton left-back. Has seen him intercepted by Wan-Bissaka, and Anthony can now try and move forward. Anthony so far has had Cucurella's number so far in this game, but this time Cucurella has the last laugh, although in all reality, he'll be crying at the end of the game. Enzo sending it forward, hoping to find Sterling. Rashford. Actually, it's Chukwuemeka who was trying to get on the end of that, and Rashford does end up getting it. Clearing it, passing it to McTominay. I think Sterling's actually moved to the right with Chukwuemeka on the left. Anthony. Rashford. Wan-Bissaka. Mainoo. Back to Rashford. And Kambwala passing that through to Dalot, who passes it back to Maguire, sending it through to Mount on the left. And it finds Bruno, who passes it back to Mount. Mainoo sending that forward, but Bruno won't get on the end of that. Madueke now, with what could very well be Chelsea's last chance. He beats Dalot for pace in the penalty area, and he's sent down, and the referee points to the penalty spot. Well, I'm not too sure if this was quite as soft as the earlier penalty in the first half, but I'll tell you something, Chelsea have another lifeline, and it will be up to them to see if they can take it. I mentioned that this could have been Chelsea's last chance, and if they manage to score from this penalty, I'll tell you what, they will be very lucky indeed. Madueke with an inspired burst of pace, Dalot bringing him down, the referee taking a look at that and deciding eventually to award a penalty, but I do think VAR might have a look at this. For the moment, the penalty has been given, and Dalot will not be a happy chappy. Portuguese defender there could very well cost his team 2 points tonight, but it looks as though the referee is being given a talking to by the VAR team, so this penalty could be... we're going to take a look at this. Checking penalty for the foul. I'll tell you what, I don't think there's enough contact there, but he certainly wasn't going for the ball. It looks to be an obstruction. No need for VAR. According to you, it's a stonewall penalty. There was no way that he was going to, get the ball, but I'm not too sure there was enough contact there for a penalty to be awarded. They're checking the penalty right now. Dalot looking on anxiously, and you have to assume that there will be at least a minute added on for this decision to be made. Cole Palmer has the ball in his hand, and it was he who scored the penalty to draw against Manchester City at Stamford Bridge earlier on the season. It looks as though he could be entrusted with penalty duties, this time up against Andre Onana as opposed to Edison Moraes. They're still looking at it. Maguire close to the action saying that's no penalty. And I think the decision has been confirmed because Bruno Fernandes was reacting with disgust to that decision. So I am preparing for a potential banner change. If Palmer scores this penalty, it will be 3-3. But if Onana saves it and Palmer misses it, United should go on to win. They call him Cold Palmer because his nerves were ice cold up against Cameroon's very own Andre Onana, not Cameroon's finest. I've seen better goalkeepers turn out for the Cameroon. Palmer against Onana. Who wins? It's Palmer! And what a twist. I'm not sure you can call this a reason why the Premier League is the best in the world. Extremely cool. Saw that Onana was diving one way, stroked it the other way. And we have now officially gone on to the 10th minute of time added on after 8 were awarded. Diogo Dalot now running forward with a vengeance, trying to get a breakaway goal for United that could potentially win. But now Chelsea possibly have a chance to seal it. Madueke to Jackson. Sterling is up in the penalty area. Bit too far away from him. And that is cleared away. And does the referee blow his whistle? No, it is still with Chelsea. And, Chukwuemeka had a chance to win it. I think that might possibly have taken the deflection because they're walking towards the corner flag. Yep. But that will be a Chelsea corner. And this should be the last chance. Played out to Cole Palmer. And would you believe it? Would you believe it? Would you absolutely believe it? Erik ten Hag has been silenced. Hat-trick hero, Cole Palmer at your service. I do believe that might possibly go... I don't know if it'll go down as an own goal because it clearly went in off a Manchester United defender. But I'll tell you what, the twists and turns in this game have been magnificent. If Hanno were to come back briefly, I will probably give him some time to come back. He can come on and maybe celebrate. Well, it wasn't a dive. They didn't overturn it. Probably more of a penalty than the first one, could be. Short corner to Cole Palmer. Shot drilled in. And it goes in off the unfortunate Scott McTominay, who, of course, has had a knack of scoring some very important goals, including a last-minute winner against Aston Villa earlier on at Villa Park. I believe it goes in off his elbow, which makes it even worse. And Pochettino is jubilant. Ten Hag is silenced. The Chelsea fans and bench are joyous and celebrating, joyful and triumphant, as the old Christmas hymn would go. You don't care, you love it. And we got Stepsy in the building, and that is the end of the game. Big up to you, Stepsy. Thank you for joining in. And all I can say is, Hanno, boy, thank you very much indeed for letting me take you through. But you have just missed an absolute cracker of a second half. Full time from Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 4, Manchester United 3. Captain Conor Gallagher putting Chelsea ahead in the 4th minute. Cole Palmer doubling that lead with a 19th minute penalty before United coming back in the second half to tie it all at 2-2 through Alejandro Garnancho and captain Bruno Fernandes. You can see the contrast of emotions there. Chelsea are jubilant. United are distraught. Dalot is absolutely mortified. Anthony is heartbroken. The work he did in this game, he had an outstanding game, pretty much getting the better of Marc Cucurella. But as it was, Cole Palmer and Chelsea had the last word. And you can see how they're celebrating now. They've celebrated as if they've actually won the league. They call him Cold Palmer for a reason. A penalty in the 10th minute of stoppage time. And the winner in the 11th minute of stoppage time. If you're a United fan now, I feel for you. But boy, oh boy, oh boy. And the comments are running in. What small chance United had of catching Tottenham and Aston Villa is now completely gone. I couldn't agree with you. Can't wait to watch the highlights of the United fans on YouTube after this. You bet. Must see YouTube TV. You bet your bovril it will be. Oh, the likes of Mark Goldbridge, Terry Flewers and company. I'll tell you what, I do have some really good mates of mine who are United fans. Big up to the likes of the United Way and others. We had Kyle Howie on the stream earlier, who I really like and respect, and the United fan Millie and several others. Of course, Oris from Oris Talks Football. I really, really feel for you. But Chelsea fans, they are celebrating into the night, in the rain. They're taking videos. Cole Palmer has the match ball and he's got to put on a coat in order to avoid getting soaked. Even that could look doubtful because even the likes of Bournemouth might be gunning for that. And yep, Goldbridge is fuming. So I'll tell you what, I'm probably going to stay on to get some post-match reaction because I'm sure Erik ten Hag will be fuming, but there's no way that I can end the stream now. No chance. Absolutely no chance. And Georgi Petrovic, of course, will be one relieved man. It was his mistake which allowed Garnancho to score what could have been the game winner, only for Cole Palmer to spare his almighty blushes. You've got Glenn Hoddle, Robbie Fowler, and Owen Hargreaves in the studio. I think it will be going to an advertisement break, and we will come back, of course, and find out what they have to say. But yeah, confirmation, of course, of the earlier games. Tuesday and Wednesday saw some impressive action, of course, among the middle-tier teams. Arsenal beating Luton, Manchester City thrashing an understrength Aston Villa, who were without Emiliano Martinez, who was a late withdrawal, and also the suspended John McGinn and the injured Ollie Watkins. Both of them should be back, though, in time for the weekend clash against Brentford, as should Martinez. Liverpool 3, Sheffield United 1 in the earlier game today. Nunes putting Liverpool ahead, charging down Ivo Grbić's attempted clearance. Conor Bradley putting the ball through Queven Kelleher's legs and into the Liverpool goal for an unfortunate own goal. But Alexis McAllister with a worldie of a strike from the World Cup winner. And Cody Gakpo using his head to plant it beyond Grbić, sealing a 3-1 win, which keeps Liverpool on top, 2 points ahead of Arsenal, with a goal difference of plus 42 compared to Arsenal's plus 48. Manchester City further back with a goal difference of plus 38. So City's strikers have been misfiring of late. And they are, of course, 3 points behind Liverpool, 2 and a point behind Arsenal. Aston Villa in fourth on 59 points, but having played a game more than Spurs. And Spurs, in fact, will be playing Nottingham Forest this weekend after Villa take on Brentford. At the bottom, Sheffield United look doomed. Burnley also look as though survival will be beyond them. Luton are still going to continue to fight hard. And Forest, of course, have a lifeline, as do the likes of Everton and Brentford. I do believe Brentford, Palace and Fulham and Bournemouth, among others, should be safe. ETH in forever. And considering how demoralised United would be, I tell you what, Spence, they will be lambs to the slaughter. Go and get them, mate. And, of course, we will have the full-time reaction. There's a part of me that does feel like ending the stream, but another part of me that feels that if I do end the stream now, I will regret it. I'll probably end it after getting reactions from both the managers and maybe one or two of the players. Goes without saying that Cole Palmer will be man of the match. And even with the depleted squad, Luton will be up for the fight. I salute you lot. I do hope that you will be able to get something from your remaining games. I do hope you will stay up, but obviously there's Spence saying Liverpool will need to play better than you did today. It is, of course, the United-Liverpool clash. El Clasico of sorts, so you never know what can happen. But I tell you what, I'm sorry to say this. This is a United team now that will be really, really demoralised after that game. And you literally now have to go out there and get at them. I'm not too sure why you weren't able to get in at Sheffield United, but this Manchester United team, there will be a lot of glaring weaknesses at the back. Up to you to exploit them. And I know that there will be some Arsenal fans looking at me and saying, what the hell am I doing trying to encourage you, Liverpool lot, to do as well as you can? Because if you do well, it will be at my expense. I mean, listen, I'm not that person who engages in banter. I have to say that we should have scored more against Luton, but we opted to take our foot off the pedal in the second half. And there's a part of me that thinks that that could come back to hurt us, as could potentially the draw at the Etihad, or the Empty-had, as you would say. McAllister's goal, world class. Couldn't agree more. But you know what? It has been an absolute privilege to bring you the second half. I'm so glad I stayed until the end. And I don't know if I can see what Hanno's reaction is, but I'm sure he will be absolutely losing it in a good way. The headline is on the BBC, Chelsea beat United 4-3 in remarkable finish. Remarkable doesn't begin to describe it. And of course, taking a look at the table as things stand, Manchester United are still in sixth. 11 points behind Aston Villa, Villa 9 points behind Tottenham. But both United and Spurs do have a game in hand. Having said that, though, given the shocking nature of this defeat, I don't know how United will be able to recover from this. Should do enough to maybe secure the Europa League, but it will be a come down in many ways from having played in the Champions League. And of course, we are back on television where I am, and highlights, of course, of that goal. And you can see how much it meant to Mauricio Pochettino. Hanno's back. Big up, Spencer. Hanno. Yep, we've got Cole Palmer here. We're going to hear what he has to say. Well, of course, Cole Palmer with the match ball there, pretty much speechless in a way, unable to describe those last crazy few minutes, basically saying it was a case of, just hoping things would go through. Scored the penalty well enough, but then obviously the last 2 minutes had the corner. And it was just a case of, getting the ball and hoping luck would go his way. United picked the worst time to switch off from that corner. And it was a case of, who dares wins. But we're going to take a look at the penalty incident now in a minute. Yeah, so basically the studio panel consisting of former Chelsea player manager Glenn Hoddle, ex-Liverpool and City striker Robbie Fowler, and also former United and City midfielder Owen Hargreaves, saying that was effectively a penalty. And basically saying that Dalot had no business allowing the left-footed Madueke to sort of go past him on the right. So Madueke, being left-footed, playing on the right, sort of has to try and cut in. And then, of course, this corner over here, nobody marking him. Mount tries to run in at Palmer. Palmer's left alone with a huge radius of space in front of him. And nobody goes to receive him. Gets through a shot, and it goes past Mount, off McTominay's elbow. And what McTominay was thinking trying to move that way, I will never know. And the rest is history. So, obviously, United's defending very much, to blame for conceding those 2 late goals. And might have a point saying there was no reason for United to try and go for the winner when the game was tied. Just take the point and move on. I guess you could say their pride was hurt having conceded such a late equaliser. They wanted to try and, get it back. But football is cruel sometimes, eh? Spence laughing at your statement, and Stephen laughing at your statement rather, Spence, and you agreeing with me. And what a shot. You cannot allow Cole Palmer to shoot. All game, they were literally closing in on him, blocking him, making sure he hardly got a shot in. And then he comes up with a shot like that. McTominay does an awful job of blocking it. And oh my goodness, to be a fly on the wall in that Manchester United dressing room right now, if that were Alex Ferguson, hairdryers. Yep, that's what they did. They tried to do, rather. Absolutely. And still we see the studio analysts trying to, analyze the goal. Maybe someone like Rashford should have been more aggressive. But listen, you cannot give someone like Cole Palmer that much space. They switched off at the worst possible time. And oh my goodness. United fans, do not look at your television screen. And of course, Cole Palmer being interviewed with the match ball for TNT Sports, pretty much at a loss for words, basically saying in response to being named the signing of the season, hoping to take it game by game and showing Chelsea fans his skills and why he came to the club to play football and do his best. And he can't even describe how those last few minutes unfolded. Yep. And it's a long ride home all the way to Manchester from London. Believe you me. Probably not too different from the ride to Liverpool from London in terms of distance, but probably in different directions, you could say. And basically, Robbie Fowler making a point that Rashford in the middle of that defense was actually wise to what Palmer was trying to do, but because he had his own responsibility, he couldn't go further. And, you know, basically symptomatic of the fact that United have lacked leaders all season, really. And nobody there willing to tell people, close down Cole Palmer. What was Bruno Fernandes trying to do? Why wasn't he in his defenders' ears? I just know that Roy Keane will be fuming. I just know it. And I'm sure if you go on YouTube afterwards and see his reaction, it will be gold. I'm not too big a fan of the bloke. Don't like him as a person. Great footballer, but bad attitude. Manchester City missed a trick getting rid of Cole Palmer. Could very well be. You could also say that maybe the talent at their disposal meant that Palmer was almost effectively surplus to requirements. Even if he wasn't, he wanted to play more. And absolutely, Bruno's defense was laughable, or the lack of it there. So basically, the former England midfielder and former Chelsea player-manager Glenn Hoddle, who also starred with Tottenham Hotspur, saying that this win really papers over the cracks for Chelsea, because to be 2-0 up, to then concede 3 goals in succession, to be on the risk of losing, only to somehow get a chance to snatch it right at the death, it doesn't look good for them. A great reaction in a way after drawing 2-2 against Burnley at home, but still, it's a really, 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 really. It could be football's own equivalent of fool's gold in a way. And I am, of course, heading back to the BBC website to try and take a look at any possible reaction from this game. Yeah, again, confirmation that Cole Palmer saying that when Chelsea knew that they had 8 minutes of stoppage time, it gave them a lift because they knew they had some chance back. And it's important to try and win as many games as possible. When he thought, obviously, when he scored the scored his penalty, I think the fans lifted them, and then the gaffer said that there were 2 minutes left. Thankfully, he scored. And basically, he's got a fine record on penalties. Hardly never misses a penalty. Touch wood. And to score on the last minute is crazy. Buzzing with the hat trick. And of course, to rub salt into wounds, he was, of course, a United supporter growing up. So, and more stats, of course, courtesy from BBC. Cole Palmer's hat trick goal in the 101st minute, 100 minutes and 39 seconds, is the latest winning goal in the history of the Premier League. And we've seen some breathlessly late winners, but this one has taken the cake and certainly taken our breaths away. But of course, Chelsea move into the top half with that victory. And the Blues, of course, are only 1 point off a potential European place now. Possibility of Cole Palmer staying at Chelsea for a long time and maybe being the person around whom the team can be built, with the likes of Mudrak and maybe Sterling and Madueke, Chukwuemeka and others. And obviously, when some of the injured players do come back, then maybe they can play in. But as far as United are concerned, one United fan saying this is the worst group of United players he's ever seen. How could they have been so asleep at the corner? They did it time and time again. And another Chelsea fan saying Cole Palmer should have the armband. Never phased, drags the boys through the muck. Maybe Thiago Silva should have started tonight. Chelsea wouldn't have been so weak at the back. You never know. We've got former United and England defender Rio Ferdinand saying on Diogo Dalot's penalty, the magnitude and the moment of the game, you cannot afford to do that. And Palmer, of course, now finally, after calming down, spoke to BBC Sports saying, a crazy game. In fact, this is his first senior hat-trick at this level. Really happy about it. And basically saying to BBC Sport that it's a massive momentum booster. It'll put everyone in a good mood. It will, hopefully they'll kick on from this. But Glenn Hoddle also saying that it's just papered over some terrible cracks. And apparently we'll be getting some reaction from Erik ten Hag. But a sneak peek from the BBC has told me that Erik ten Hag has said that United deserve to win this game, and we will get full quotes. But we are back, of course, live on the TV. We see a disgusted-looking Andre Onana ripping off his gloves. McTominay looking absolutely aghast. Ten Hag shaking his head, and we will hear from the United manager now. Well, basically, Ten Hag saying there that the way United started the game was very, very poor. Giving those 2 goals away at the beginning was soft. They did show some wonderful character to get a 3-2 lead, but when you come into the end of the game, you got to manage the game a lot better. The first penalty was probably quite soft. I think there might have been a headbutt involved. I'm not too sure. I didn't see that, by the way. And, the second penalty, effectively, it was just poor defending from Dalot. Madueke there, the inspiration for that. And in the end, Palmer tucked it away. And then there's no excuse for switching off at a corner. Ten Hag basically saying that he does have faith in his back four and his goalkeeper. He does rate Onana very highly. But it's up to them to manage the game. And I wonder if Johnny Evans going off after coming on as a sub might have affected them. And do we have... No, we don't have Pochettino just yet, but there will, of course, be a time for him to speak. And once we hear from Pochettino, I will end the stream. So Ten Hag saying that United should have deserved to win the game, but there's no excuse for poor game management, giving the ball away too often in the beginning, allowing them to get the ball far too many times. It just wasn't really good play from United. And I think Hanno pretty much summed it up by saying that it was 2 poor teams coming up against one another, and it was whoever performed more poorly on the day losing. But Chelsea have a new star in Cole Palmer, and of course Mason Mount coming back to his old stomping ground. There were, of course, banners being held up saying number 19, you're a traitor. That is, of course, the number that Mount wore at Chelsea before moving to Manchester United. And I'm sure he would have dreamt of being on the end of a win to try and shut the Boo Boys up. But in the end, no joy for Mount, as he and the boys will be enduring a long ride back to Manchester. And as you said, Spence, it will be a ride. Quiet and definitely not pleasant. In other news, of course, Sheffield United became the first top-flight team to concede 80 goals in their first 30 matches in the season since Ipswich Town in 1963-64. And another big development is that Cole Palmer is one of 4 players on 16 Premier League goals, just 2 behind the current leader and holder, Erling Haaland, who is starting to lose a bit of form of late. Liverpool, of course, against Sheffield United had 83.1% possession in tonight's match. A record by a team in the Premier League match since Opta began recording this data 20 years ago. Sheffield United's own Achilles heel has been conceding late goals. The Premier League is a tough league. It's a punishing league. And United have found that out tonight. And of course, just taking a look at the table, it is confirmed that Chelsea moved into the top half of the table, and they do have a game in hand against the likes of Newcastle and Brighton, United and Spurs and company. 2 games in hand over West Ham and Aston Villa. So the games in hand could come into play depending on how they perform. And they will certainly fancy their chances in some of the games they have, if only they weren't so inconsistent. This weekend, of course, they will be travelling to Sheffield United. They play Everton at home. They travel to the Etihad for the FA Cup semi-final. And then, of course, they go to North London to play my lot, Arsenal, on the 23rd of April. They've got an away day at Aston Villa on the 27th of April. They could possibly win that game, or else maybe Villa might fancy their chances of revenge for the defeat in the FA Cup. A home tie against West Ham on the 4th of May, away at Nottingham Forest on the 11th of May, and they end their season with a home game against the Cherries of Bournemouth. So some tricky games, but some games where they should back themselves to win a few points. And obviously, the Nottingham Forest game will be an interesting one with, of course, former Chelsea boy Callum Hudson-Odoi scoring the winner at Stamford Bridge earlier on the season. I think revenge will certainly be, on the agenda for them. There will be some crickets on the United bus, and Stepsy saying that Chelsea will have to win those games in hand. Luton sadly have no more games in hand. If Chelsea do win those games in hand, then it could be interesting to see how things shape up come the end of the season. Yes, confirmed. Lack of concentration, obviously a factor. You've got to deal with things as a team. Bad decision making as well. And apparently he says that the penalty also was rather soft in a way. We're getting some reaction from Jurgen Klopp right now. I'm not too sure, would be interested to hear what he might have to say, but yep. Oh boy, I think I muted it at the wrong time. So as I was saying, Ten Hag obviously saying that you cannot give it away. United played brilliantly, but the decision making was bad. Lack of concentration was inexcusable. Conceding all those shots was just not what they needed. And now they have to pick themselves up and do it all over again. Well, for some reason, we don't have any reaction from Mauricio Pochettino. It might be some time before he ends up speaking to the press. And by that time, it could be long. But I'm sure there will be a lot of talk about this, and Pochettino will have a lot to say. So I will end the stream now. And I want to say thanks once again to Hanno for allowing me to come on and take this through to the end. And congratulations, of course, to him and the channel on earning 600 subscribers. Always a privilege to be a part of this and do whatever I can. A huge privilege to witness that second half and bring it to all of you. And I want to thank all of you who have joined in. Chelsea fan, obviously, I'm sure you would have been delighted with that. Just a shame that you couldn't stay until the end. Spencer, thank you for joining in, mate. Take care of yourself, and good luck for this weekend. I know I shouldn't say that as an Arsenal fan, but I'm always very magnanimous towards everyone. Yep. Not even Hanno can believe it. Just goes to show how crazy that was. And yeah, obviously Spencer, Stepsy, Zayn, Hanif earlier on, and then Mr. B, Hiver Football, Chelsea fan. Kyle Howie, of course, was on the stream earlier on. Wolfgang Division was also on the stream. And There were, of course, condolences as well for the tragic loss of Luke Fleurs, the South African young defender who was murdered in a carjacking back in South Africa. And obviously, prayers go out to his family, and we hope he rests in peace. And we hope that the entire South African footballing community and Luke Fleurs' family will find a way to move on beyond this. And we offer our prayers as well. And yep. Moment of silence, of course, for the game that was observed. I wasn't here then. I was on another stream, but I'm glad I was able to join in. And yeah, so basically all of those of you who have joined in the chat, thank you very much indeed for making this stream what it was. It was an absolute, humdinger of a stream, it has to be said. There will, of course, be further analysis of the game, as I will be potentially watching Matchday Live Extra, which could be starting in the next few seconds after the stream gets over. But these are, of course, the highlights. In the earlier clash, Liverpool beating Sheffield United 3-1 at Anfield to return to the top of the Premier League. Some late goals helping them. And, of course, some breathy late goals helping Chelsea pull the chestnuts out of the fire against Manchester United. 4-3, Cole Palmer hat-trick. A long ride back to Manchester. And some more comments in. Chelsea fan belatedly joining, saying good stream. Take care, one and all. Prayers obviously going out. Bye to everyone. And of course, I will be ending the stream by saying goodbye to all of you. God bless. Take care of yourselves. Hope you enjoy the weekend coming up. And as always, don't do anything that Hanno, myself, and our other panel members wouldn't do. But as always, it is farewell to thee. Goodbye and God bless to all of you. And we are out, people. Not too sure what happened there. Let me try again.